Hi my friends, welcome again. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to test SMD components including Triacs, transistors, ICs, diodes, ceramic capacitors, all types of resistors, SMD resistors, crystal diodes, MOSFETs, current sense resistors, etc. So let's get started. So let's begin, guys, by testing the Triac. As you can see here, we have Triac 4 terminals. Here always we have the terminal number 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 1 we called it main terminal 1, main terminal 2. Over here we have the gate, and this is also main terminal 2, means this terminal is connected with this terminal. So how can we check the serviceability of the Triac? Very easy, even if many of technicians and even experts don't know exactly how to test it on the board very quickly. Very easy, guys. So we can just make one test and we can confirm if the Triac is good or not. Always ignore all pins, just use the terminal number 1 and the gate. So between the terminal number 1 over here and the gate, guys, you have to find a reading. Sometimes you can find 70 drop voltage or 700 drop voltage. Let's check. We have 700 drop voltage. Let's check this one also. 700, this one also. 700. 3 Triacs are good. For guys who ask me about the reference for this Triac, we have 103 NN0. I'm going to upload the datasheet for this Triac in my Patreon page, of course, for free. You can just go to my Patreon page, the link in the description, and join for free and download the schematic. I will upload it after finishing this video. So let's move on right now to another component. Here, for example, we have diodes, guys. This is not capacitors, because sometimes there is some technicians that are confused about diodes and tantalum capacitors. So guys, here we have diodes, not tantalum capacitor, of course, a little bit the same size and the same form. Basically here, guys, we have tantalum capacitor. So this is tantalum capacitor over here. Okay, by experience you can differentiate between diodes and tantalum capacitor, of course. So for diodes, of course, always locate the cathode. Over here we have the cathode. Do you see this line over here? This is cathode. So we can just put the black probe in the cathode, the red probe in the anode. We get a drop voltage about 400. But if I swap the probes, guys, nothing in the multimeter. But of course sometimes you can get 1000 because the diode is connected to the board. We can even check this one also. We have 400, good diode. This one also 500, good diode. Okay, guys, so this is normal diodes. This one also here, do you see, guys? This one also here, this is a normal diode also. It's not a zener diode, this is a normal diode. As you can see, we have a 500 drop voltage. Why? Because we have this black line here. Okay, a black line. We have, of course, another here. Let's check it just to be sure. We have 500 drop voltage. Okay, so the crystal diode with black line is just a normal diode. But diodes like this, as you can see, we have here a blue line. Do you see? This is basically zener diode. All those are zener diodes. As you can see, we can even check this diodes. We have 500 drop voltage, but this one, this is a zener diode, not a normal diode. So guys, always pay attention. You cannot change. If you have, for example, a failed diode, this one, you cannot change it by this one with a black color. But you can change it, of course, by this one this one or this one or this one or this one, the same. Those diodes are same. For the current sense resistor, always pay attention to current sense resistor. You will find a resistor with a green color or a blue color, sometimes with a black color. It's the value of this resistor. Basically, you can check it using the resistance mode in the multimeter, or just the continuity mode. Using the continuity mode, you will get about 0, as you can see, 001. You see, guys, a very low resistance means this is good. But if you didn't find no continuity, means open, means the resistor is bad. So over here, guys, we have transistors. So always for SMD transistor, we have always here the base, collector, and emitter. So always between this one, collector and emitter, you will get 800, 700, 600 drop voltage. If we swap the probes, we will get nothing, or 1000. We have about, let's see the multimeter, nothing, good. Let's check this one also. Between collector and emitter, we have 1000 in this side, but if we swap the probes, we will get a drop voltage 700, 800, good. You see, guys? So those are good transistors. Of course, for transistors and diodes, if you didn't get a continuity like this, means that component are good. So what about the ceramic capacitors and IC? So for ceramic capacitors, of course, we test it in the continuity mode. In the continuity mode, if we didn't get a short, means the ceramic capacitors are good. Okay, no problem in it. Okay, guys? So let's see the ceramic capacitor here also. As you can see, in the multimeter, nothing, no continuity, means good capacitors. But what about ICs? So for ICs, guys, you see here, we have an IC over here. How we can know if the IC is good or not? Very quickly, of course, very quickly, we have 3 methods. We have, guys, 3 methods. By using the datasheet and checking the inputs and outputs. Okay, so using the datasheet, you can check the inputs like the VIN 19 volt, enable 3.3 volt, clock 1.5 volt, shutdown signal 3.3 volt, VCC 5 volt, etc. And of course, we check the output. For example, is 1.8 volt is good as our output? Power good, is it good or not, etc. This is the first method if you have the datasheet. The second method, very simple, is by checking the ceramic capacitors around the IC. If you find that the ceramic capacitors around the IC are shorted, all of them are shorted, means 90% you have a shorted IC. But if you find that the ceramic capacitors are good, you get a reading, a very high reading, or you get no continuity, means there is no short. And of course, you can check the IC, use your finger to check the heat. If the heat of the IC is above normal, means the IC is bad. Of course, you can use also the thermal camera to check all ICs in the board if you have a short circuit, and check which IC is overheated above normal. So what about resistors, guys? So for resistors, you see, very easy. For example, let's take this resistor. We have here 103. Okay, so always the third number is number of zeros, means this resistor equal to 10k or 10,000 ohm or 10 kilo ohm. All these resistors equal to 10k. This one, for example, we have here 222, means 2 zeros, means 2200 ohm or 2.2k or kilo ohm. This one, for example, we have 473, means 47,000 ohm or 47k. Let's, for example, check those. Over here we have, so 10 and 3 zeros mean 10k. The same, all these resistors are same. So let's check it. So of course the multimeter, as you can see, guys, so of course the multimeter is in the ohm option we have 20K. Why I choose 20K? Because we will measure 10K, so I choose 20K. Always choose the above value that you want to check. Okay, don't choose the lowest one. So let's check. I should find 10K, 9K. As you can see, we have 10K, 9.8. So all these resistors will give 10K the same value. As you can see, we have 9.7, 9.8. Okay, guys. So remember, for resistors, always the rule is the third number is number of zeros. Sometimes you can find 4 numbers. The fourth number is the tolerance. So guys, I hope that you understand about how to test electronic component, especially on the board, especially SMD component. Please, if you find this course informative, please don't hesitate to like the video, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos. And of course, don't forget to check my Patreon page. You will find the datasheet for this component, for the Triac, that you can download for free. And of course, if you want to take a look to my website, prospace.com, the link also in the description, where you can find many useful articles. So guys, thank you very much and see you in the next video.